3 years, a couple collaborations, and a Grammy, we get J. Cole's 6th studio album, The Off-Season. What's up guys, Barry here, and if it's your first time to the channel, we talk about hip-hop, beat making, and general music production. So if that's your thing, please consider subscribing. With that said, let's go ahead and make a beat inspired by J. Cole's Off-Season. On a 2019 interview with Music Radar, J. Cole shared that he was inspired by Pete Rock to do his drums first. So it's only fitting that we start off with our drums. It's either trap or boom bap. For today, let's do trap drums. On Hunger on the Hill, J. Cole adds a percussion sound that I don't often hear on modern hip-hop tracks, and that would be a tambourine. On the intro of My Life, you can hear a laser sound used as a riser or as a transition into the actual drop. The sample creates a canvas for the artist to paint his picture with his words. A great sample will take it to another level. The sample I use for this beat is called The Road We Didn't Take by Frida Payne. When it comes to sampling, J. Cole will find the smallest but most interesting musical phrase and loop that to build his beats. So that section I'll use for a breakdown. I also have this other section for the main part.
As soon as I heard that, I said, oh shit, hold up.
The last part would be this vocal jump. And to make room for the kick and the 808, J. Cole tends to heavily filter his samples. Finding the BPM and the tempo of your sample is sometimes a hurdle for a lot of new producers and beatmakers. Check out the description as I have a tutorial on how I go about doing so. I utilize Maschine's tap tempo feature to find the tempo and the BPM of the sample. Through tap tempo, I saw we were drifting between 80 and 84. So let's start down the middle at 82. Turn the metronome on and see how it goes. Alright, cool. So the sample sounded pretty good at around 80 BPM, and we know that trap drums are double time. So if we take 80 multiplied by 2, we'll bump the BPM to 160, and hopefully the drums and the sample align perfectly. Alright guys, so we got the drums, got the sample. Let's add an 808 and some additional sounds to finish off this beat. When I program an 808, I start with a piano, and the piano helps me find the root note and the key of the sample. I've watched this freestyle at least 20 times since it's come out, so I had to sample it and add it to this beat.
Classic.
Classic shit only. Classic.
Lil Jon is instant energy, and on 95 South, you can hear him close out that song. So let's add that energy to this beat.
Put your hood up. Put your hood up.
On the outro of Applying Pressure, you hear a vocal monologue.
He just caught fire.
They burst into flame when it is time for them to die.
Alright guys, that was a quick breakdown on all of the elements in this J. Cole inspired beat. With that said, let's give it a listen.
Plastic shit only.
There was nothing I could do. He just caught fire.
Oh, and about time too. He's a phoenix, Harry. They burst into flame when it is time for them to die. And then they are reborn from the ashes.
Alright guys, so that was a beat inspired by J. Cole's Off Season. Down in the comments, let me know if you can hear Cole on this. And honestly, I really enjoy making these types of videos and beats as it allows me to take a deep dive and really understand the nuances to what makes these artists and albums so special. So let me know if there's any artists or albums you want me to cover in future videos. With that said, hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. Of course, subscribe, and happy beat making. Peace.